No, I can't. Oh my God. I don't. This is horrible. Ew. Oh my God. I can't believe you're showing this to me. I forgot all about this scene. This is horrifying. Hi, I'm Claire Saffitz, author of Dessert Person and my new book, What's for Dessert. And today I'm going to be looking at and talking about some of my favorite food scenes in movies. Plus one that's not really my favorite.
She made this cake just for you to have on your very own.
It looks, I feel like I can taste, I know what that cake tastes like, because it looks so good. Such glossy frosting, and it's really dark. It's like, that's like a very cocoa-y, probably like a devil's food cake, probably oil-based, because it looks kind of like that, like really moist cake. Chocolate desserts are not my number one category of dessert, but like this is exactly the kind of chocolate cake I love. Dense in a good way. Oh my God. That has got to be like a 16-inch cake, if not bigger. That is an absolutely massive cake, because cake is really heavy. That cake must literally weigh like 35 pounds. The frosting looks so particularly appealing. It's like so glossy. Maybe like a fudge frosting or a frosting with a lot of melted chocolate in it to give it that like luxurious look. And it also looks like the filling in between the layers is not the same as the frosting on the outside. So it might be more of like it looks like more of a buttercream inside and then more of a fudgy frosting on the outside. But I also love the look of a chocolate cake when the frosting is just as dark and chocolatey as the interior. I also love the camera angles here. It's like very close up on Bruce. Poor Bruce. Oh my God. It's like so close up. And I also love the perspective of like looking up at the Trunch Bowl from his point of view. There was a teacher at my school. I'm like, I hope I don't get in trouble for this. I don't think anyone will know what I'm talking about. We just said it in my family that we called her the Trunch Bowl because she was very intimidating.
What is this?
It's a marmalade sandwich.
Marmalade?
My Aunt Lucy taught me to make them.
You mean you can make this?
I love making marmalade. It's so fun. Oh my gosh. I love that the chef toques that they're wearing are like in prison stripes. Oh, and like a big copper pot. I actually don't think it's advisable to make marmalade in a copper pot because of the acid. Although that is like a jam. You do see that in like a jam making, like a big copper jam pot. Okay, so all the peel. You gotta blanch it though to get rid of some of the bitterness. Which I think that's what they're doing. That looks like boiling water. You do need a lot of sugar. There is no way to make low sugar marmalade. Also, that is such a nice kitchen. It looks like a La Cornue stove that they were cooking on, which is like a $50,000 French stove at the prison. Oh my gosh. I think it is La Cornue. It looks so fancy. And it's so clean. I like want to live in that kitchen. Should I design a kitchen based on the Paddington kitchen? It looks so beautiful. This is a classic like food scene moment of like the rapt silence while people are eating because it's so delicious, which I love. It looks like a dream kitchen. There's like labeled crocks with like ingredients in them. There's a utensil rail, which is very trendy these days in kitchen design, which like I kind of want. Beautiful light, like a fancy stove, like classic U-shape. Like this looks like an amazing kitchen to cook in. I've made marmalade several times. I love making marmalade. I love jam making of all kinds. I love preserving. And I'm a fruit fanatic. Like I'm a fruit dessert person. So preserving fruit is kind of a passion of mine. But I can't say that I've ever had like a straight marmalade sandwich. But I do love using like bitter orange preserves or fruit marmalade in recipes because you get sweetness and concentrated fruit flavor but no moisture, so it's really useful. You know what's so good is like a marmalade upside down cake. Like all you do is take your favorite cake recipe and put marmalade on the bottom of the pan, bake the cake on top, and then flip it over, and it's just like get this like caramelized layer. It's so good.
I've died and gone to heaven.
It's as big as a house! I saw it first. It's mine! I got dibs on the cream filling!
I don't think I've seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids for like 25 years. I think it's been that long. I remember watching it as a kid, And I think I liked it, but I was like, that would never happen. And that was my like reaction to this movie. And maybe I saw it too young, where it's like, it kind of gives me anxiety. Like this is an anxious movie. It's like, how are they, like, they're so small. Like, how are they gonna, everything is so hard when you're that small. It was just sort of like, I don't know that I loved this movie when I saw it. Oh, so this is the giant, also it's like, sometimes I get annoyed when like I don't feel like the scale changes over time. It's like, are they really that small compared to that cookie? Oh wow, there's the ant. See, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that the ant is that, or maybe it does. I don't know, I'm trying to poke holes in the logic of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which is pointless. So I never really ate the oatmeal pies when I was a kid, and it was one of those things where, I mean, I've had them before, but it was one of those things where the picture promised something better than was really delivered inside the package. But this is a funny coincidence, because I was just thinking about how I would love to recreate this, because I love oatmeal cookies so much, and I love the soft chewiness. And I think really the experience of eating this was like much more about the texture than it was about the actual flavor. Although the kids seem to be enjoying it thoroughly. I guess the whole point is that they're like extremely hungry.
Good. Harvest cake, huh?
That's right.
Get
That's
this
so
recipe.
quaint, isn't it?
Did you hear something?
I don't like the negative association between this and dessert. I think it should only be like a happy thing. Okay, so they're eating. See, something suspicious already happening, but the cake doesn't look so great. It looks like fruit cake, or it has like a bunch of nuts on it. It's kind of hard to tell what kind of cake they're eating, because oh God. Oh. No, I can't. Oh my God. I don't. This is horrible. Ew! Oh my God, I can't believe you're showing this to me. I forgot all about this scene. This is horrifying. Oh my God. I really don't want to have nightmares about this. This is so awful. You know, the cake didn't look that good. I feel like that could have been a sign. This is really scary. I really don't like what this is doing for cake. And she's like, she just ate it? Oh my God. Oh, well, that cake looks dry. Oh God. See, this is also not doing any favors for fruitcake, which is a cake that I defend, but in most iterations is pretty terrible. So it's like, I wonder if that was a deliberate directorial choice to have the cake be fruitcake, an already like deeply maligned cake.
Ratatouille. It's a peasant dish. Are you sure you want to serve this to Ego?
I do love this movie. I remember, although I had very high expectations for this movie, because I think that the review that I read of it before I saw it called it like a perfect piece of art. I was like, that is really hyping it. Oh, see the mandolin. Oh, it is such a sweet movie. Okay, so there's assembling the ratatouille, which is very beautifully done. Okay, so then it was covered by a cartouche, like a super French. It's like a piece of parchment paper that you lay over top, and it kind of like steams. And then the beautiful plating. Okay, so here's the critic tasting it. And then I love this part because it really commits to film, like, you know, the food evoking a childhood memory of being at home and then eating like a dish that your mother made, which is so sweet. I think that this is one of the best like visual representations of the kind of power of food and its connection to memory. I'm like weirdly not bothered by the rats in the kitchen, but that's because it's a cartoon rat and they're cute. Like, I would not, if this were like a live action Ratatouille, it would be a different story.
Would you want to see a version of Ratatouille directed by Sam Raimi?
No. I want to see Ratatouille directed by, who directed Paddington? I want to see, I think I want it to be more Paddington than I want it to be Drag Me to Hell.